Oh my god, it's video games. We are back again. I'm Retro Drew, and we've got video games because we love them. We love the good ones, we love the bad ones, and of course, today we're going to be talking about the dumb ones, which we also love. Yes, dumb video games in your collection, dumb video game items, memorabilia, whatever it is in your collection. That is what I'm here to talk about today, because as a collector, you definitely kind of hit a point where I think, like, if you love anything enough, you appreciate even the dumber or bad things about certain games and certain things, and it goes for everything, like bad movies, B movies. I love them. They're my favorite. Bad music. There's some pretty funny bad music out there. And of course, we have dumb and bad video games, which we love. And I'm going to talk about some of the dumb games in my collection today. And they were dumb for various reasons. But before I get into that, I know that there have got to be a few other people watching this video that have some really dumb things in their collection. Whether it be like a special edition or a piece of memorabilia from a game, or just a game itself that is absurd and stupid and dumb. I want to hear about it. Please let me know. I want to hear about it because I'm going to have a lot of fun talking about some of the dumb things I have here. And with that, we'll just get right into it. First up is a game I've actually talked about on the channel, and it is dumb for various reasons. It is UFO Kamen Yakisoban, which is dumb in so many ways, because you're telling me that a noodle company in Japan was like, yeah, we have this mascot, we want him in a video game on the Super Famicom, and it happened. Like, that's crazy to me, and it's a ridiculous game. So yes, the UFO Noodle Company had this. He might be called UFO Man. I don't remember right now, but he was a superhero, and in the commercials and stuff, he would go around and beat up bad guys and give people noodles, give people their UFO noodles. Here, he's got the noodles right there on his head. And they were like, yes, let's make that a beat 'em up, and it's wonderful. You're going down the street beating people up in your costume. You're like running through kitchens and beating up evil forks, shooting noodles at bad guys to tangle them up. You fight guys in like a haunted house at some point. It's a really, really goofy game. A pretty short one, only about 45 minutes, and you absolutely owe it to yourself if you are a fan of dumb video games to play this beat 'em up. It was pretty cheap when I got it. I swear to God, I got this for $8, and then shipping was more expensive for it. It was like $3 at the time. And when I did the review of this a couple years ago, the price had gone up a bit, but there are a few different variations of this game. I have the cheap one, which has the cartoon characters on the front. The more expensive one has the actual live-action characters on there. But yes, if you could find this game, play it by any means. It is hilarious. And like I said, it's about 45 minutes of your time to beat this thing. So worth it. My favorite part about this game is easily when you get like the invincibility power up, because homeboy breaks out a unicycle and shoots like sauce in like every direction. It is 100% ridiculous, and I love it. Well, definitely check out UFO Kamen Yakisoban if you've not. Watch my video if you want to. If not, just go in blind and experience this ridiculous game that, yes, somebody was like, yeah, we need the Yakisoban ramen beat 'em up on the Super Nintendo. Yes, we would like that. And I can't believe it exists, and that alone makes it worth having in my collection, because it is dumb and stupid, and I love it. Next up is a game that is dumb for a different reason. And I can't believe this, because it's two of my favorite survival horror games of all time. So how could this possibly be dumb? It is the Silent Hill HD collection for the PS3. Now, this is pretty notorious as being a horrible port of two of the greatest survival horror games of all time. So why do I have Silent Hill HD collection, considering I already own good versions of Silent Hill 2 and 3. Well, this really botched up version is, like I said, it's notorious. There's a huge Twin Perfect video on it. It's like 3 hours long, and they go through like everything that is wrong with this game. But it is so terrible I'll get to why I have it here in a second. I actually want to talk a little bit more about this, because and talk about some of its problems. Like, the voice acting has been completely redone for Silent Hill 3, and it's not very great. They had to redo some of it for Silent Hill 2, but mainly all the original voices are there. Apparently they only had, like, alpha code or beta code. Like, Konami somehow lost the source code to these games, and, so they gave them beta code to use for these ports, and it led to a ton of bugs being in there, and just overall a not great version of these two fantastic games. By the way, if you do want to play these games, both PC ports of them are abandonware, so they are free to download, and there are fan-made patches that are really easy to set up that make them play in widescreen, 1080p, and they look absolutely gorgeous. That is how I've played through Silent Hill 3 a handful of times, and I've even gone back to play through Silent Hill 2 that way, and I tell you, that widescreen 1080p edition looks amazing. So if you want to play both of these games before that Silent Hill 2 remake comes out, which you should, play it that way. But again, why do I own this abysmal port of two great survival horror games? And, oh god, I don't know, it's probably because I'm an idiot who hates money. You know, when you go onto Amazon, you open it up, and it's got stuff on your home feed that's like, hey, we think you might like this, please buy, spend money. And I'm like, and I saw this on there one day, and I was like, Silent Hill HD Collection, yeah, I know that one is terrible, but $15, you say? Well, you know, I guess I hate myself, and $15 isn't that bad for a copy of Silent Hill HD Collection. I don't know why, but I bought it. And the dumbest thing about this is that not only do I already own these two games, I bought it for a console that I don't even own. I do not have a PS3. I have no way to play this. So really, at the end of the day, I don't know why I really bought this, but I have it, and it's really dumb, and it's in my collection, and I will never ever play it. Alright. And last up, we have saved the dumbest for all. The absolute dumbest thing in my collection, by far, is the Love Hina Smile Again limited edition crazy version of this game for the Dreamcast. Now, why the hell do I have this? There's a lot to unpack here, literally. I mean, you get the game, as you'd expect. But why is this so dumb? Oh, it's amazing. It is amazing. This game is the dumbest thing in my collection, and I just had to have it because of a couple reasons. Because it comes with a freaking Love Hina bath set. Like, what even is this? Look at this towel. This is a towel. Also, I will never not laugh at the face on this towel. Look at that thing. Look at it. She looks like she's stoned to the bone and just came across like a plate full of burgers at like midnight. It's so dumb, but it gets even better. Trust me. Not only do you get a towel, you get a Love Hina bath bucket. You know those things like in Japan where they have the sit-down showers and stuff, and they'll pour the bucket over themselves to wash themselves? That's what this is. There is a Dreamcast version of a Love Hina game that came with a bath towel and a bath bucket that you could theoretically use to wash yourself with. That is so dumb. But wait, there's more. Not only do you get a bath towel and a bath bucket, but you also get, I think this is supposed to be a bib. You get a bib with some butt cheeks on it. There you go. That is ridiculous. I'm really not sure what this is supposed to be. I think it's a bib. I could be wrong. But again, there's still more. You get a little lanyard with some characters on it. And some little characters to go with it. And then you have, I honestly don't know what this is, but it's a ceramic version of of a turtle. Of their little turtle, I think. And then, you know, if you're really feeling hungry after your bath, you got yourself some Love Hina chopsticks to go with it. This is the dumbest special edition I've one of the dumbest special editions I've ever seen. And it was like love at first sight when I saw this thing. So how does one come to possess and find something as amazing and incredible and dumb as this? Much like Amazon, when you go on eBay, they will recommend you stuff like, hey, you've liked this, you should maybe also check this out, and even spend more money. And one day, probably about a year ago, I opened up eBay, and I saw this, and it was like, what is that? What the hell is that? Because there are a handful of ridiculous, like, Japanese special editions. I should really do a whole video on that someday, because there are some crazy ones. But I saw this, and I saw the bath bucket, and I saw the towel, and I was like, oh my god, I need to own that. I need to own that. That is so dumb. And of course, it was like $150 at that point. And I was like, all right, look, this is really dumb. And I love dumb stuff as much as the next guy, but $150, a little too much for my taste. So I just kind of left it alone and forgot about it. And a couple months ago, sure enough, open up eBay, and it's like, hey, you're still watching this. You know, hey, you want to buy this? And I was like, what? Hey, $40. You know, this isn't $150 worth of dumb, but $40 worth of dumb. Yeah, this is probably $40 worth of dumb. And sure enough, I was like, yeah, I need this in my collection, and bought the Love Hina Smile Again limited edition. And what makes this extra dumb, makes it stupid dumb, is one, I've never seen an episode of Love Hina. Now that I own this, maybe I will go and watch some, but I've never seen an episode of Love Hina. Two, it's a Japanese only visual novel, so even if I wanted to play it, I wouldn't be able to understand it. And three, I don't own a Dreamcast. I have no way of playing this game. I do not own a Dreamcast. I don't really collect for the Dreamcast. But I don't know. As a collector, I saw this on eBay, and I was like, oh god, that is so weird and dumb and interesting. That has to be in my collection. So this is easily the dumbest thing in my collection, and I gotta know what everybody else has in their collection that is dumb or stupid or for whatever reason. Please let me know. I have a couple other of various things in my collection I could probably talk about in a part 2 of dumb games and stuff I own, but that'll have to be for another episode. So that's gonna do it on dumb games in my collection. This has been a fun time talking about this, and I will see you all next time.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, consider checking out these other videos right here, or even subscribing. Also, if you'd like to throw me a couple of bucks, you can support the show on Patreon.